Hello students and welcome to English class. I'm your English teacher, Mr. Oza, and it's time for us to work on classwork number 76. The novel that we are reading here in term 4 is called Siddhartha, and the author is Hermann Hesse. Today we'll be working on chapter 2, and this chapter is called Among the Samanas. And here you can see Govinda and his best friend Siddhartha in the woods living the Samana life. Some directions to start us off. You've already looked at the pictures and made some predictions and asked a couple of questions, so thank you for doing that. You're watching this video, thank you for doing that. Once this video is over, you are going to simply read the chapter. The PDF is linked in your Google Doc. You are then going to come up with two main ideas from the chapter. You're going to write your own questions for the chapter. You're going to come up with two questions and you're going to answer them. And then you're going to have an open response question to answer as well. So directions pretty much the same as the last class. So let's go over these pictures that you looked at. Let's go over them together and see if we can make some sense out of chapter 2, Among the Samanas. So here you can see by looking at Govinda and Siddhartha that some time has passed. Siddhartha has gone from being an 18 or 19-year-old to being in kind of his mid-20s, maybe 24, 25 years old. He has spent a few years out in the jungle, traveling with the Samanas and living this super ascetic lifestyle where he's out meditating and praying and just being one with nature. And as you can see, they're growing beards. They're not really wearing any clean clothes. They're wearing the same robes over and over. And in this next picture, you will see an example of what a Samana might look like. They also do not eat anything. They do eat just enough to stay alive. And I'm talking like a little tiny bowl of rice or one or two apples like every couple of weeks, just enough food to stay alive. They believed in just doing the bare minimum to stay alive, and they wouldn't do anything for their personal enjoyment. So they wouldn't have hobbies. They wouldn't eat really good food for fun. They wouldn't do anything that wasn't absolutely necessary. This is a concept in Buddhism called the middle way, so that you can avoid the kind of ups and downs of life. You can avoid all of the desires in life just by living the middle way, just living everything right down the middle. And I'm happy to explain that further to anybody who's interested. It's a really interesting concept and a really interesting philosophy. It might sound very strange to us, and obviously this person looks like they really could use a cheeseburger, but the philosophy behind it and its application towards regular life in the year 2021 is surprisingly interesting. So I'll talk to you more about that in our Zoom class. And here this picture, we're out in nature, we're out in the jungle, we're becoming one with nature here in the Samana lifestyle. No homes, no tents, no nice housing, right? We're just under the stars, living without a roof over our heads. Of course, the climate in this part of the world is much warmer, so living outside is doable. And this is a picture that you saw in the previous class. This is just a group of Samanas living out in the jungle and pacing around, walking around, meditating, and living their life. So I hope these pictures, kind of set the tone or set the scene for this chapter. Once this video is over, we'll be done momentarily. All you need to do is read the chapter and write down two main ideas in your document. If you follow along the document, you will see the space in there to write down your two main ideas. After you do those two main ideas, you're going to write your own questions and answer them. So you're going to write a level 1 question, which is just a simple question, what's happening, a question that you can easily answer by reading the chapter. And you're also going to come up with a level 2 question. Now, level 2 question is a little deeper question where you're kind of sharing your own opinion and there might not be a clear-cut right or wrong answer. So level 1, pretty basic. Level 2, the deeper question. And if you need help coming up with a level 1 or 2 question, there is a video linked in your Google Doc that explains this concept further. Next step will be to write an open response. You have prompts to look at. Please read those. It makes it a lot easier if you read those and think about them before you start writing. You also have a rubric there to go off of, so you know exactly how you're going to be graded on this assignment. If you follow the rubric, you will be all set. Remember, you're just sharing your own opinion. You don't have to worry about a right or wrong answer. You could say that this is a level 2 question being asked of you in the open response. So when you're coming up with your own level 2 question, think of it as like you're going to write a quick open response to it. When you are answering your open response question, make sure that you use a quote from the novel or from anywhere else, whether it's some sort of article, whether it's some sort of research that you've done, movie you've seen, show you've seen, or other book you've read. Or you've got the PDF right there in your document. Just use a quote from the novel. Please, please, please do not forget. It seems like it's a very time-consuming process, but to just copy one quote from the novel to explain the situation, that's all you got to do. So, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for participating in this class with me. If you need any help, just let me know, and have a great class.